All right. Good morning. Hey, futures are cutting losses. You gotta love that, man. Look at my thumbnail. I'm a pretty little girl. You gotta love that, man. That's looking oversold right now. Overbought, rather. All right. Look at the pretty colors. Going to be any trades today? Gonna find the money. Look at my thumbnail. I'm a pretty little girl in a skirt. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. So once I get a few hellos, I'll start talking a little bit about the market, what I'm looking at. Da 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 da. I got a workout in this morning, and I knocked out 100 push-ups. Holla! Davey's fighting old age tooth and nail, and I'm losing. Actually, I'd feel a lot better if my fucking hair didn't thin so much. Speaking of hair, I gotta go get a haircut. So I've got my two battle axes here in my hand. Whoops. And I lost the sheath. So, I don't know if I mentioned it before. I probably did because you know me, I'm an open book. But I hide my face. And my identity. I used to train in martial arts and kickboxing. I used to do that when I was younger. And I studied an Okinawan Kempo, a style called Okinawan Kempo. And you would, your major is open-handed fighting, but you kind of minor in your choice of weapons. And I had chosen edged weapons. And I always had an affinity towards edged weapons. Even to this day, I mean, I always carry a knife. And usually it's a fixed blade, something I had made. I have one that has a really nice stag horn handle and another one that has buffalo handle. One's a Damascus blade. I learned to fight with knives, and I learned to fight with different blades. And I'm actually teaching myself to fight with hatchets or tomahawks. And I find them to be great weapons. But part of my workout is I do katas with hatchets. And I don't know, I just have an attraction to them. But it's cool because you could vary your exercise, your workouts. You know how boring working out gets. And I like, weightlifting. But I like fighting better. And when I get to train fighting, it always keeps me interested. So those downtimes in between, like, my workout sessions are a lot less because I'm into into fighting. And it keeps me focused, but it's also like a full body workout. Like everything becomes stronger. So I fight with these 2 hatchets that are 2 pounds each. But yeah, I'll practice for a half hour nonstop, and man, what a workout it is! Feels really good. I mean, everything gets stronger. My hands get stronger. My forearms, my shoulders, my upper body. My core, and then obviously, you're using your legs, so that gets stronger. Hey, good morning, Mr. Miguel. Good morning, Mr. Williams. How are you? Good to see you guys. So I'm just kind of talking about shit right now, and I'm playing with my hatchets. So, yesterday I met this guy. He was an old guy, and big dude, man. He's close to 70 years old. And the guy's a bull. He works at a mill company, and then on the weekends he'll work part-time in some construction or something like that. But I mean, the guy can move around, lumber like it's nothing. And I'm a relatively strong individual, and this guy was just, I mean, like the ease in which he was moving all this material was incredible. So I was talking with the guy, and he seemed like a really nice, straight-up guy, which he is. Nothing led me to think that he isn't a nice, straight-up guy. But kind of reminds me of Gregory Peck. He's even got that deep kind of, I don't know, acoustic voice, where it seems like it just barrels up. Oh, look at this, man. The ES is just triggered a 5-minute flag. Kind of overbought though, but we're grinding up into the open, and I didn't see anything that changed the position. The market sentiment. We could be making a bottom here. We'll talk about that too. We'll get into market shit. So anyway, cool dude, and he was telling me stories. He was in the Navy. He was over in I think he was over in Kuwait, he had said. When they had that incident. That was like 30 years ago. Yeah, he might have been there. I don't know. So that might have been where he was. But really good dude. And I enjoyed talking to him, and he was an interesting guy. And then all of a sudden, man, he got into flat earth. He's a flat earther. He's convinced that the earth is flat. Convinced. And came up with a load of reasons. A couple of guys who were taken past the ice wall that you can't get past. And I thought he was fucking with me, and then he's like, no, if you don't believe it, it's in the Bible, man, in Genesis. And yet, quoting the Bible. I was like, yo. I mean, I didn't dispute the point with him. I didn't want to insult the guy. But I was amazed, and the manner in which he delivered his argument. He was, so convinced. It was like matter-of-factly, and I mean, even as as a matter of physics, it just doesn't make sense. Just because a round object is the most structurally sound object, and given that the Earth was once almost a liquid, or it would have, in a vacuum, it would have generated a sphere. So I mean, it's just not logical that the Earth is flat. And I've been around, haven't seen an edge yet. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? He was a nice guy, and I'm open to anything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care what people believe or what have you, as long as they're not hurting other people, and they're relatively happy and nice. That I'm cool with that. So yeah, I mean, he wasn't trying to sell me on the idea. Yeah, I mean, he got the vibe that I was like, all right, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to dispute it. It's certainly not looking for confrontation on a Sunday. So, yeah, whatever. And I know I'm not changing his mind. But it was really interesting, man. And then he had a few other theories. I mean, apparently Hillary Clinton kills babies and drinks their blood, but gets them excited first so the hormones spike up. And, dude, let me tell you, like, you know, I interacted with the guy for like maybe 3 or 4 days, on and off. Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. That's exactly what happened. And like a few days, and we were talking about the neighborhood. He was telling me about the community. It was up here in Pennsylvania. I mean, he grew up here, so he was telling me about how it was when he was a kid. So when I came up here, it was crazy rustic, you know, and I mean, barely saw a car on the road and everything. 20 years later, yeah, you know, it's a little more populated. It's a little more suburban. And you know, talking to him, I mean, yeah, you know, there was nothing. Yeah, you know, there was nothing. Like he knew all these people who the ponds are named after and all that shit. So it was an interesting conversation. Told me about the hunting up here and what the animals, yeah, all the animals, and you know, and we even had a mutual friend because my house is built from the lumber that's milled at the mill he worked at. And I said, oh, and so he knew the guy who built the house. And the guy's kind of a rough guy who built the house, really doesn't get along with a lot of people. And he was very diplomatic about the guy. And I could respect that, you know. And I mean, he didn't have anything bad to say. He's like, you know, I was just curious, you know. And he had said, you know, a lot of people don't like him. I've never had a problem with him, but a lot of people don't like him. And so anyway, I was impressed with the guy. I liked the guy. And, you know, I don't like a lot of people. And then, yep, the crazy kicked in, man. But you know what? It wasn't even like it was crazy. It was like the guy just has the wrong ideas. Or maybe, you know, I have the wrong idea. But the guy is outside the norm, let's say. Yeah, you know, and I'm not going to go and say, yeah, you know, I'm right for certain. I'll give myself 98% in this situation, but I'll leave 2%, yeah, you know, for anything could happen. Or, yeah, you know, anything's possible. And he first started with aliens, you know, and I thought, wow, that's open-minded because a lot of, you know, folk up here, which I know are very religious, are, you know, opposed to the concept that there may be, you know, intelligent life somewhere else, or we could have been visited by aliens, and yeah, you know, and I find that a distinct possibility. And I was kind of like, wow, this guy's got a really open mind about that. But then, it rolled, and I mean, it was like, I don't know. I didn't want to make the guy uncomfortable. It was definitely a strange situation. It was, you know, out of the norm, you know. And I read about that shit, you know, online and hear about these fanatics, but never really experienced it. Although I knew something was up when he referred to a black community as the colored people. I was like, yo, dude, you're only like 10 years older than me. You know, like, you know, I mean, my grandmother used that expression, but I mean, you know, so that was interesting. But yeah, you know, he didn't seem racist or anything. It's just, you know, he used the old school term, and so I was like, yeah, you know, that was the first sign. I said, colored people. I was like, yeah, I think they were born like that, man. I don't think anybody colored them. So. LOL, you basically, guy was sitting there, yep, having a conversation. 2 facts of life. 2, don't waste time at the Home Depot talking to crazy. Yeah. The Home Depot. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it wasn't. It was pleasant conversation. You know, it was fucking weird, but it wasn't like a debate or you know, the guy was like pushing his views or you know, it was just cool. We might as well have been talking about fishing or hunting or anything like that. You know, I mean, that's how casual and comfortable the conversation. I mean, if it got crazy and he was insistent and you know, don't you believe it, or you know, he wasn't probing me about it at all. I mean, I think he got the vibe that you know, I'm not really too about flat Earth, but it didn't you know, interfere. So you know, once we got off that topic, it was you know, chilling as usual. But yeah, it was just amazing. Then I met another guy under another circumstance. We're actually at a hunt club, who proceeded to tell me how everybody was catty and a bitch at the hunt club, and who was a bitch, who wasn't a bitch, and who was catty, who wasn't catty. And he was the only dude talking. I mean, I met almost everybody. They were fine. I mean, I'm sure over time there'll be you sort out your likes and dislikes, but I mean, this cat was like the only one who had something to say about everybody. So I was like, And the reason I bring this up is because I really don't interact with people much, or at least I try not to. And so I did, and there you go. Look at what happens. So it was pretty funny, man. Or maybe it was just like there was a full moon the night before and all the crazies were out. But it definitely reinforced the idea that I'm better off alone on my boat. See, and this is what happens when you come back on land, man. I mean, I got to say, I had, 5 years solo on the boat. Really haven't come across much crazy. Things got a little nutty during the pandemic, but, a couple of Wi-Fi towers arguments, a couple of people telling me that it was that 5G that caused the COVID pandemic. Yeah, it's to the town crazy. Yeah, no, yeah, you know what? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of crazy, man. You don't even have to look for it. You want to meet crazy? Just walk around with a smile on your face, man. Be approachable. Because, Josephine. So, my appearance, brown hair, kind of goes all back, a little bit long. I have a beard, mustache and a beard. And you can liken me to an old biker-looking kind of guy, or a mountain guy. I guess I look like a mountain man when I'm up here. Or I'll look like a pirate when I'm on a boat and, barefoot with, my loose flowing clothes and my pirate shirts. So, that's my vibe. And Josephine tells me that I appear unapproachable. And then, if I'm doing the city thing, I'm probably, wearing some not leather pants, of course. I'm not doing that kind of city thing. But, I mean, I look a little hard, apparently. And, so, I mean, people don't approach me. But whenever you soften your face and put a smile on your face, people are more will approach and talk. And look what you get, boy. You get the flat earth concept. I mean, this motherfucker was drawing me a map. Like he showed me where the earth was. And I think he actually said that the moon was translucent. You could actually see through it. Now, I've got a beautiful telescope up at the house. I've looked at the moon. I mean, that motherfucker didn't look translucent to me. I didn't have that argument with him either. Yeah, it was interesting shit, man. And, let me tell you, the guy was articulate and seemed rather intelligent, and obviously he researched this, So you got an old dude close to 70 who is, going down rabbit holes on the computer. I mean, my mother can't even operate her phone, So the guy is he's about learning and experiencing his mind. It's just he's learning all the wrong shit. Oh, wow, look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's the monthly. Let's look at some things, shall we, folks? So, well, we'll see how we end. Oh, okay, this is too soon, but look at this monthly. So here's, this is the S&P, the SPX, and this is those trend lines I was telling you about, and we're building this flag, and I think we're taking out, see these red lines right here? These are like old congestion areas. And I think we're going to be taking out all three of those. That's why I got that 3,300 number in my head. And I'm predicting, and I did this a long time ago. So you know, it's just all coming to fruition on how to play the market. So it looks like it's going to take this out, and I have a couple of supports, an indicator, and you know, my math all coinciding right here. So I think this 3353, 3300 area is a good area, good target. But look at this flag it's building, and that topping tail on this monthly bar. But yeah, you know, again, I mean, what is today, the 10th? Yeah, so I mean, we're 1/3 through the month. Can't really just debate it. But we do have last week's bar with the topping tail too. So we're going to have to see how we perform this week. But we're getting this behavior because we're coming into the support, these support areas right here. So this big broken line is one possible bottom, which correlates with this broken line, which would be the mid of the trend at the 418. And we keep having reaction at this line. And this was, I anticipated this back in November, I believe, when I started talking about these trends. So now we got to see if this holds, and then we'll know we'll know that our next target to the upside would be the 4,200. But I still expect that we're going to bring it down. So if we come down and make a bottom here, then our midline will be about 4066 plus or minus. And I'm liking that number. So I'm trying to figure out what the going forward trading range is, and I suspect that we're going to trade around this midline right in here. Eventually, once everything calms down, we get a sense of direction. But very interesting. And if we look at the daily to get our vibe for today, this is a very interesting, could be a bottoming pattern. And I mean, the market's getting aggressive. I'm neutral on it right now, but it seems like it ate up all the lows. Everything's positive, not that high, but everything's positive. The Dow's positive 112. Nasdaq's positive 9. We got 8 minutes to open. So that's a trend reversal. You know, we got a higher low right now, and we just have to see if that holds. If that higher low holds, then we can get very bullish swing-wise, breaking that 3,800. 38 honeys. So we're going to keep an eye on that, see how it works out today. And if we look at a lower time frame chart, and this is the SPX, right? Right as rain, baby. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to figure that 30-minute bar at the end of the day. I mean, it looks like a tweezer, so it could be a reversal pattern right there. At the very least, a consolidation, but a reversal pattern. And we're already opening up, so we should consolidate a little bit and then pop if that reversal pattern is accurate. So neutral, pending any further reactions. There we go. We're back on the SPX. Actually, you know what? Let's play with the SPX for a little bit. On the daily, what do we got? We got 6 minutes. Cool. Okay, so here's a little work I was doing this morning. Just taking a quick look. From this bounce, we did a 33% retrace, and we're hitting up another bottom, right? We're making a bottom. And you could count this as a good double bottom. If it exceeds that 33% retrace, then I'm not looking at it as a double bottom. You know, I'm looking at it as making a new bottom and then looking for another. That's too much of a retrace. The market kind of resets, you know, once you break that 33%, and anything could happen. But, you know, this is a viable higher low. The trend is changing a little bit. So it could be, you know, the trend could be down. This could be a lower high, and we could continue to make a lower low on both the momentum and the price action, or we could turn around at this point. So right now, you know, we're breaking it by 10 points. You know, we're breaking that close. And let's see, what's the high of the day? The high, 67, and the close, 63. Oh, yeah, so we're breaking the high of the day yesterday. That would be an aggressive entry on this trend reversal. And then the conservative entry would be this 38, 35. So it could be, you know, you would take the break of this high right here on 1010, or it was yesterday. You know, you take the break of yesterday's high, your stop would go below yesterday's low, and you would trade that pattern on the longer term. So that could have just triggered, man. Could be, rabbit. So, you know, interesting. We'll watch that. If that's the case, then we're going to, you know, move up. We should expect to make a higher high. So we should expect to break this, like 38.26 plus or minus. Actually, I think if we do break that, I think we're going to like 39 honeys. And then we'll see if we could start an uptrend again. So what I'm thinking, we got the minutes on Wednesday, which is really just the minutes of the last conference. But the markets react to it, and not a long-term reaction, but you'll have an intraday reaction. Wow, this heater is getting this place really toasty. Yeah, I'll leave it on. At least until I see like 60 degrees. So October's usually a shitty month, and we got beat up throughout September. So you got to figure we got to beat up early. And I'm thinking that by the end of this week, we should be moving or looking towards the Christmas rally. So, and for no other reason other than psychologically, it's expected if we can get some upward movement, people will jump on that concept, move the market up, which for me is a profit-taking opportunity. So that's basically how I'm feeling about things. Did he have a MAGA hat? No, he didn't, but he mentioned Q. You know, Q said, Q predict. I was like, oh, shit. But no MAGA hats. No, he's not rich, man. He's a working class dude. Unless you're talking about me, which, okay, I'm rich with a lot of time on my hands. And yeah, you know, being rich, you're not crazy. Being rich, you're eccentric. You know, you're only crazy when you're broke. But no, this dude was a working class dude. Yeah, so was the Hunt Club guy, you know. So yeah, it wasn't the case. Yeah, you know, I mean, I know what you're talking about. You know, having a little bit of money, you're isolated from the population, you start having these weird thoughts. Guilty as charged, but no, it wasn't the case with this dude. I mean, I don't think he's that worldly. I don't think the guys have seen that much of life or the world. So you know, they come up with these conclusions, you know. And he said everything's going back to normal soon, 2025, according to Q. But, you know, he was all about, you know, there's the good and the bad, and, you know, the military and the good people are trying to return the power to the people and shrink the government. Then he was talking about Trump, when Trump was giving lectures or speeches, how the military would rise up, you know, and stand behind him, and then they would go sit down. And he said that was signals that the military was behind Trump. And then he told me that they've already replaced Biden. This isn't the original Biden. This is Biden 2.0. He said, and you could tell because their noses are different. Yeah, you know, hey, you know what? This shit is not, oh, here we go. not ready at all. Could watch that 1 minute. No, there she goes. She's popping to the highs. So that's a 30-second flag that triggered, but I'm not taking that. Everything feels a little indecisive right now. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Russell's closed its gap. I think it's going to drag everything down. You might want to take the break of that low.
Order filled.
I'm taking the break of that low. Taking one off right here. Taking another one off right here. I'm leaving the rest to run. I'm at a break even. Oh yeah, she's tanking, baby. She's tanking. All right, so I got 2/3 of my trade off right now. There goes the Dow, looking to close that gap. Composites at yesterday's lows. And we're doing a little bit of a retrace right here. Nah, your sister's ass. I closed it. I'm out. I'm flat. Not bad. We got in the right direction at the very least. right, you would have picked up $500 if you did 3 contracts today. Oh, there she goes. I was actually opening something, but we should have taken that right there. Let's see if it retraces a little bit. Maybe we can get in again. Russell looks like it might be making a little bit of a bottoming pattern. Hmm. It's interesting how these bars are just indecisive bars. Russell is triggering that trend reversal, testing the high right now. And there she goes. She's breaking. There's some positive sentiment out there. Now let's just see if the composite can catch up. So here's the pattern. Oh, this is very negative though. Breaking that low, that's a good entry right there. Oh, this thing is in the way. I'm going to hold out. I think this is going to turn around in 5 minutes. So it's already kind of reflecting a trending day, you know, just based on this pattern. We'll watch that 5 minute. Maybe we get a nice 5 minute flag, though I'm not too encouraged. I'm going to take that break, see if I could make a little something out of that. Whoops. I took a really small piece. Now I'm closing that. Oh, cool. Hmm. So there's a cup and handle really forming on the 30. A break of yesterday's high will complete that cup and handle. Break of 67.50. So I'm going to keep my eye open for that. Try to be patient with this. Why do I keep popping back to this page? That cup and handle was actually on the ES. SPX.X is the index symbol. So you would trade the option for the index, or you could trade the futures for the index. You can't trade the actual index. So Fidelity, yeah, all of them. I mean, you could do it all the same. I don't know what their option tickers are. On my system, it's to get the option quote, I have to use SPX.W, and I can get an options chain, and then I use a Delta 50. Or you could trade the future, which is ES, and I believe it's ESZ22 we're trading now. Or if you're using, if you want to do the minis, you could go MESZ22. But, I mean, don't run to it because it looks like we're just range bound right now. Russell's coming back positive. I gotta shut this heat. At least we know this bitch will get us toasty warm. Really just range bound right now. Nothing going on. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Russell broke the high of the day. So I wasn't really watching the market yesterday, but I guess it was a pretty good sell-off. Yep. Lift the gap. Christmas. I'm going to take a break of that trend line. got a shitty fill. Come on. Taking one off right here. Come on. I'm going to take another one off right here. I'm losing my patience. I'm leaving the one for the last third as a runner. The Dow's getting close to closing its gap. I'm closing the last piece right here. It wasn't really a big move. I got a lousy fill. So the last piece I got 300 per contract. So on 3 contracts, you would have picked up 600. You could watch that 5-minute for a flag if you want to get back in. I see the Dow has closed. It bounced off the gap close, but it still looks rather bearish. It just didn't, it's not moving enough for me. I guess I'm still in that mindset of that very aggressive market move. Average trading range is 90 points, so it's not a lot to expect. When it's not behaving how you expect it to, good time to close it out. Dow's going into a little consolidation right here. I got people asking me what I think. So I think 3,300 and then Christmas rally, or the risk is 3,300, then Christmas rally. But on the daily, we're showing a reversal pattern. So actually, I know I screwed up the morning video, so you might not have seen that. But yeah, if you look at the daily, you'll see a reversal pattern there. It just hasn't triggered, so you can't rely on it. And I would rather see it with a hammer, but no hammer. Hope we don't get there this week. Well, okay. Some guy thinks the Democrats need a rally before midterms. Wow. They really think there's a lot of manipulation in this market, huh? I think rally November till end of year, then 3,000. Okay, yeah, this is some guy giving me his opinion of the market. Just need to be nimble. Well, I guess he just needs to talk it out himself. Yo, dude, you need to talk out your philosophies? Start a YouTube channel. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We're still in that 5 minute. Watch that 5 minute for a flag. You got a 2 minute flag triggering right now. Could push down and retest the lows. I'm not in it. I might have taken that 2 minute flag if I wasn't distracted from my damn cell phone. I knew I should turn that off. Too many distractions. When I was at the firm trading, the only reason why I would look up would be for sex. Oh, look at that. That would have been nice. Well, would it have been nice? Oh, you think I still... Yeah, yo, he should be trading. Why the fuck's he talking to me? Nah, it's 2 minute move down. 2 point move down. I'm not sorry I missed that 2 minute text. See, you hear that shit on your phone, then your eyes come off the screen, and it kills your whole vibe. This trend line, you could argue maybe a little head and shoulders right here, and then I saw this trend line happen and looked very negative, and that's where I went. Because the Dow closed its gap, I closed it. Now, I could have picked up a few more sticks. Sticks are points, by the way. But just that closing the Dow and the retrace kind of made that subjective. And you can see it's having a hard time. It's getting choppy around here. So I'm not too upset that I closed that. And I probably closed it around 28. It's 23. I mean, 3 more sticks would have been nice. But, you know, another 150 per contract. But the probabilities fade, you know. And as I've always mentioned, I like to trade the probabilities. So now, where's it going to go? I do not know. And I'm not here to gamble, so I think I'm going to have to be satisfied with that. See, I mean, what you're looking for is a break and a run. You know, you get a setup. The setup breaks, it runs. This is good. This is, yeah, you know, this is a good setup and run. I closed them all because of the bounce. Each one of the contracts were profitable. You know, didn't have to close any at the break even. It didn't get stopped out, in other words, on my any of them. I'll take it. Got a little hammer on the 2 minute. And we're right around the opening session. What is that? A 1 minute chart? Yeah, cool. We're right flirting with the opening session low. And we'll see how we behave around the opening session. Get up there. All right, so there's your center. That doesn't look fucking center to me. I must have done my math wrong. What? Dyslexic, fuck that I am. There you go. Yeah, so it got choppy around this area, so I'm happy with the trade. You know, this is what I want to be in. You know what I mean? I want to be in this expansion. So, you know, this got all a little choppy. Now we're pushing back, probably heading back to the midline. But now I'm just going to take breaks of highs and lows, to tell you the truth, because it just seems very, very choppy. Daily highs and lows. Look at that. That was some initiative to get back into that opening range, and now it's turning around, living a topping tail, which seems very, very bearish. Very bearish. Hey, if anybody joined us recently, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, be here, because, yo, we've already made money. Made $1,200, right? If you just did 3 contracts with me, $1,200 before the first half hour ended. Not a bad way to get paid, right? Let's see, 1,200. And you get 20 working days in a month. That's $24,000 a month. You guys would be living good if you had that consistency. Not bad for working 15 minutes a day. What would your total... if you were trading options, let's say, I mean, at Ninja, it would be on 3 contracts, it would be a $1,500 capital investment through one of Ninja Trader Brokers. I think the other guys are like 2,500 contracts. So on 7,500, you would have picked up 1,250 today. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, that 5 minute is looking very negative, ladies and germs. Watch for a break of the low. It's a little choppy. I got my money in. I'm not taking it. There it is. It just triggered. Now we're looking for yesterday's low. If it breaks yesterday's low, this is going to be a good run. We're looking for 20. We're looking for a break of 620. Putting in some topping tails. Nothing really taking the initiative. Looks like that 30 minute is going to roll over though. Okay, I'm all logged in. And we're bouncing around. So this is where you get chopped up. You don't want to trade this. Although I'm looking at a little, feeling kind of head and shoulder-ish. Put a trend line in here. I don't know if I'm going to take this trade. I don't know how big a move it's going to be. But that might be a little too rash in taking that pivot right there. Or charting that pivot right there. I'm not taking this trade, folks. No, it made a break. Next stop. 31. And this is how we scalp them. Yeah, see, we pop right back. I shouldn't have really put that trend line in there. Let's let that thing mature a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's eating up the tail. Getting toppy. This is more in line of what you should be watching. What time is it? 10:18. We're about ready for that mid-session reversal. I think this is getting a little more clear over here. Let's see if we get a little more push down on it. I would like to see a little more push down on it, but I'm going to throw this bitch back in. And I'm going to say, I'm going to watch watch that. I'm not taking the trade, but I think this might be the trend reversal right here. Monday's usually a trending day. Today's a very choppy day. I'm not really feeling that good about it. It looks nice on the 1 minute chart though, I gotta say. We tested it again, didn't break it, which just kind of reconfirms the value of that line. We'll just watch it. Oh, there it goes. This could be it. Actually, I'm going to zero out my trading platform too, so I don't enter orders by mistake. I've done that. My mouse was in the wrong spot. Bink. Next thing you know, I'm in the market. Technically, we're at a very interesting point on the dailies. Yeah, it's really respecting that line, that neckline right there. And that's the third attempt. This is either going to fail or you could probably get a few bucks out of this move if it breaks. Tick by tick. That's how you have to live when you're trading. When you're scalping, there's the break right there. Let's see if it can get some legs. There it goes. There it goes. Come on. I'm not in it. Got 31. Oh, look at that. Put in another tail. I don't like it. I don't like it. Been at it for an hour. We're down 10 points. So, range-bound day, right? We could argue a range-bound day. But it's a good day. If you did 3 contracts, we had 2 trades, you'd walk away with about $12.50. I think that's correct, the math, plus or minus, but within the spirit. $12.50. I got a workout in, did a little meditation. Trees are all turning, the leaves are pretty. I shouldn't sink into depression for at least another 3 weeks. Once it gets gray up here, woo, I'm going to be one batty motherfucker. I'm going to be preaching flat earth. Flat earth. Rut season seems like it's taken a long time to come. I don't see any bucks chasing does these days. I haven't seen... Oh, I saw a couple of really nice ones, but not around my property. What do I want to shut off? I want to shut off that heat right there. It's actually kind of nice in here. Getting warm. Could open the windows. Russell's still down. Everything's kind of flat. I mean, you can't really argue that you're up or down. I mean, the composite made the biggest move, which is, well, you know what? The S&P is down 0.33%. Russell's down 0.25%. Dow's up 0.1%. Composite, biggest mover, down 0.75%. I'd say all the other markets are flat. Maybe you give a little bearish to the composite. 10:25, getting into that witching hour of the mid-session. Not really seeing any reversal patterns anywhere. You can argue a divergence on the 5-minute. See that trend line? It didn't really take off, kind of hit there. And ganked out. So nothing really happening. Range bound. I mean, we've been at this for an hour, and we really just moved sideways. I guess everybody's just waiting on that inflation data for Wednesday. I'm thinking of putting on some income trades, but with this pattern on the daily, it's making me think. I mean, I got some upside risk I'm not comfortable with. And with the market whipping around 90 points, I think I'll just wait for a better trade. Why would it be a day off, dude? Is there a holiday I've missed? Yo, we getting a flat a bottoming tail on the 60-minute. We're getting a hammer on the 60-minute. It's not a textbook hammer, but it's an interesting looking hammer. Hammer. I might trade that 60-minute chart. Let's see what we got on a lower time frame. We got to break of the high, that's all. We'll see what it does. I don't think it's going to amount to anything. We got a double bottom. We got a trend reversal. Really, we got to break the pivot high in order for something to happen. I mean, it didn't even give us a hammer to get us in aggressively. I mean, technically, you could have taken this break right here, but it's not a good entry. It's Thanksgiving in Canada. Oh, yeah, we should close the market down. What's up, Spidey Cool? You didn't say good morning. Hey, Anth, why did you think the market was closed today? What'd I miss? Another Jew holiday? Oh, that's terrible. That's all right. I've got Jewish family. I could behave like that. Are you okay with sharing information? You missed 2 trades. If you did 3 contracts, net would have been 1250 on the 2 trades. And then we just went into trading range. Yeah, hit the mute. All right, so we're watching that trend line, and we're heading for it again. If it breaks, could be a good move. I don't know. Everything's going that way. You know what? I think I'm taking it light. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's the move. Go, go, go. Come on. I'm looking for one more point, and I'll take one off. I'm squeezing to a break even right now. I just don't have confidence in the moves of the market. Oh, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. I'm one off. Everything's pushing down. I think this is going to be a long move. Oh, little bounce. Going to take my second off right here. Go to a break even and just let that third unit run. Yeah, boy. Goodbye. So we had this trend line in here that we were watching, and it coincided with the low of yesterday, and that's the move right there, man. My wife has the day off from school. I slept late. They probably have parent teachers or what have you. Popped on YouTube. Like, why is Dave live today? On Friday, I threw your name into a bunch of chat rooms. All right, cool. Yeah, well, you know what? I had boobs Friday. You know, I put out a picture of boobs and forget about it. I get tons of hits. So yeah, I think we got like 219 hits, but yeah, you know, people stuck around for a minute. It's no big deal. Everybody came for the boobs. Nobody stayed for the brains. But once in a while, with that clickbait, I get a few people that subscribe. The subscribers go up when I do that once in a while. So, and Friday's a terrible day as far as views on the videos. So I figure we throw that out there and just get what we can on a Friday. Yeah, people are talking about. I mean, they've been talking about it. When the market goes up, you don't hear it that much. Then the market comes down. But you know, they're afraid they're going to throw us into a recession. But we're creating more jobs. Unemployment's going down, right? So it looks like you know the stock market's hitting a recession. But it doesn't look like Main Street's hitting the recession, although it may be dragging, and people aren't aware of it. But the Bank of England had to make some moves to shore up their pension fund. You know, it's pretty fucking scary. So now we're talking about contagion. Depending on how long this problem in the UK goes on. So we... I mean, there's a lot to consider, so if UK continues on this, then it's probably going to drag us into a recession. I think this move right here is really the UK closing down. You know, the market popped up into the open. They're taking off their longs, bringing the market down right now. But this is a nice move. I've got my last one at a break even. We're looking at this flag on the 5-minute. If this flag triggers, I'm moving my stop down to the failure of the or the pivot on the flag. And it looks like it's going to go in the right direction. No, I still can't believe I'm going to be stuck in the cold weather this winter. I think I have to go euthanize some of my elders so I can get the fuck out of here. No, that's all right, man. I'm going to make my body real strong this winter. If I'm stuck up here, that's what my program's going to be. Then I'm going to go sail into a storm next season. I'll be like the dude in Forrest Gump. Is that all you got? I would like to hit Panama. Panama. Anybody know any young honeys who want to step out of the world? Hang out on a sailboat? Not too young. When I say young honey, I'm sure it's a lot older than you guys. Something like 37, 38, 39, up to 42. I'll go. But they have to be fit. They have to be able to endure. And they need to be fairly intelligent, man. I don't like stupid conversation. I'm taking applications. Got a flag building on the 5-minute. We're watching that unless we get knocked out here. Yeah, everything's kind of retracing. Still negative, but I'm going to keep my stop there. If I can get it, I can get it. If I can't, I can't. Yeah, it looks like it's going to knock me out. Fucker. I got to go pick up some grub. I have no more food in this house. Yeah, I'm asking for too much. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you know, interestingly enough, the older single women are usually the intelligent women because most men don't like to be challenged, right? And, yeah, you know, women kind of get all pissy and, you know, tough as they get older. And, you know, they actually even get condescending towards men. So I find that when I do find an older single woman, their head is usually a little stronger and, you know, kind of like what I like. But unfortunately, not a lot of people take the condition of their bodies seriously. And that's a big issue for me. Man, we keep putting in these divergences. Still watching that 5-minute flag, seeing how that works out. If that triggers, I'm going to move my stop down to the top of that flag. I had hoped it was lower. I'm really not picking up that much. But that's where I'm going to put it. And then I'll probably drop it if we get a nice move down. So yeah, so that's what I want to find. And actually, probably want to video my adventure going down the coast. So I don't want to be on camera, but if I got a fairly decent looking woman who knows how to edit, we could have an adventure. Miguel, are you from South America? Where are you right now, Miguel? Are you in Canada? Because I love me some Latinas, man. Brunettes, actually. I'm big on brunettes, like Asians, Latinas. Yeah, I like them all. I mean, I'm not throwing any blondes out of bed either, but I'm attracted more towards the brunette. The fucking markets keep bouncing off the bottom here. I think this is going to return and knock me out. I don't think I'm going to get to enjoy this flag on the 5-minute. Actually, you know what? In all my videos, I should solicit some chick. Crime City? I'm asking too much. Nope, I'm in good old Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Crime City, is it really? Chicago's cool. Right on the ICW too, man. Right? You could take the ICW right down into Tennessee and all that. That's a nice trip. Really, is it that bad? I had a kid when I had the firm come to me out of Chicago, and really great kid, Chinese kid. His parents owned a restaurant, and I mean Chinese descent. The kid was, all about American, he he didn't speak of that, but he was a really great kid. Turned out to be a great manager. So, yeah, came in entry level and just rose through the ranks, became a manager, ran a team of maybe 30 guys. Young kid, too. Then made some loot. And when I sold the firm, he went and became a chef, opened up a restaurant. Has some products that he sells to supermarkets. And built a beautiful family. Just keeps making kids, man. I keep telling him, no more Chinese people, bro. That's enough. I think he's got like 5 kids already. But I think he's done. I think he said he's done making Chinese people. He's one of the few who keep in touch. I had lots of friends when I had the firm. Very few keep in touch. Oh, there's the trigger. There's the trigger. There's the trigger. Come on. No, didn't do it yet. Actually, you know what? I'm squeezing my stop to 618. I mean, it's not really that great a move. I mean, we were in at 21. Look, and it's even kicking back right here. Yeah, this is fucking not a super duper move. I thought it would be a lot better. What are we looking at on the 30-minute? You got 8 minutes left on that bar. That's a relatively negative bar. Well, you know what, Miguel? Life's too short to live like that. If you're not happy, move. Go somewhere where you're feeling good, feeling happy. Putting out some good energy. collecting positive energy. So the 60 minutes oversold, and the 30 minutes slightly oversold. 60 minutes hitting extremely oversold. 30 minutes slightly oversold. Daily's still fair value, so be careful on your downside trades. See what we do with this test. Like I said, my stop is down at 618. There's the break. Is it lower than the pivot? Oh yeah, she's moving. 1324 is the pivot. Yeah, we're moving. Moving. See if it keeps going though. So we're looking for 584 right now. See what kind of congestion we're trying to fight through. Yeah, I don't think it should be too hard a run. $606 is probably our next bit of congestion, a little support, minor support at 606. I think we're going to push down for the rest of the afternoon. That 600 is a big mark. We break that, we should make a nice move down to the 500 mark, which I thought we were going to do last time we broke it, but bounced right back up. There we go. Wish I went heavier on this. See, it gets choppy in the morning, and then I kind of back off on the trade, and that's the runner. Still a good move. Be nice if we can get it down to 600. Hey, everybody who's listening, just reach on out and hit that like for me. Goes a long way. Keeps me motivated. You could hit the dislike too, man, because the interaction helps the channel. And I'd appreciate your opinion. This way I know what to do to make us a little more pleasurable, although the primary focus is trading and making money. But if I can be entertaining, no harm in that either. But right now, everybody who hasn't liked me, reach out, hit the like. Like. There you go. Thank you. Whoever that may be. And yo, step up. Throw out a chat. Let me know what's going on. Got any questions? No such thing as a stupid question, man. Everybody started, if you guys are new. If you have experience and you doubt my ability, then test me. I like the interaction. And I love the sound of my voice. It's like angels singing. So this is a very interesting area. If you were with us earlier today, I just showed you another chart that I kind of broke out bottoms and center channels and things like that. And we're at a proposed bottom right here. And we keep bouncing around in it. So it's showing it's an area of interest. But if we break through this, I do think that 3,300 might be in our sights. Hey, thank you, everybody who stepped up, threw me some likes. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. I know I might be asking too much, but if you don't ask, you don't get, right? So I've been refining my coffee practice. Yeah, you know, now I'm on whole beans, using whole beans, because I had read that, you know, most of the ground shit that you get is going to be stale. It stales within like 3 or 4 days. So whole bean holds its moisture longer, which I'm noticing the difference. But I'm making bumper stickers that say caution, practice religion responsibly. Haha, that's funny. But now it comes down to the grind, man. You got to master your grind for your pot. And I use 2 types of pots. When people are up, you know, when my family's chilling here, I use a perk. Otherwise, I use like an espresso pot. So I got to master the grind for 2. I think I've mastered the grind for the espresso pot. The perk pot's still coming out a little bit light, but really good. And I'm getting mass-produced coffees. I'm buying good coffees, but mass-produced beans. It's hard to find roasting houses where I am. I probably have to drive 100 miles to find a roasting house. So I'm doing that. But when I'm on the boat, you know, sometimes I could find, you know, little coffee plantations and shit like that. I trade commodities. Yeah, I haven't really been that active, but yeah, I used to trade a lot of cattle, and I used to trade corn. Traded all sorts of stuff. I traded a lot of cattle, and then you know, oil and all that stuff, gold. But I mean, too many markets, too much shit to look at. You know, I'm at a different point right now in my life. I mean, if I set up a trading desk, then I'll keep expanding it. But right now, I mean, you know, I don't need to look at too many markets. I mean, how many instruments do you need? You know what I'm saying? I mean, even people talk about their diversified portfolios and shit. I mean, yeah, you know, I don't need to be all over the place. You know, what I own needs to work out. And, you know, if I pick up 10% on 3 or 4 different investments, I mean, you know, that's same as picking up 10% on 10 or 15 investments. You know, 10% on my money is 10% on my money. So I never really got that. I mean, people all over, and I get that all over. Do you trade this? Do you trade that? Do you trade this? No, man. I trade one thing. I become really good at it, and I make money. And that's how a trading desk works. Like, yeah, you know, my traders didn't trade all over the market. I had guys who specialized in shit. You know, some guys specialized in certain securities, you know, not just securities, but certain securities. And some guys specialized in exchanges. I'm squeezing my stop one more time down to 13, which is cool. I think I'm going to take 601 if we can get it. I mean, that's a cool 20 points on the move. It's 1,000 a contract for my last unit. Even though it was a small unit, still makes it a nice payday. She's grinding. She's grinding. I'll probably, if it pops back, I'll probably get out at 11 and just lock in that 10 points. So 500 of contracts. Q, if I can get that other 10 points out of it, that'd be cooler. This was a good move. Still looking at that divergence on the daily, man. And that leaves 3 down days in a row. Well, we'll probably get one more, test that bottom, and then do the bounce, which will put us right on the Fed minutes. And Thursday, I think, is PPI. So that pattern can lay out. Made some real good money on some income trades because the market just moved away from those trades really quick. So what was going to be like a 10-day hold, I held for 3 days. Closed them out this morning during my quiet time on the mic. Yeah, actually, Ant, you missed a little banter this morning. We were talking about a flat earther I had met yesterday, and it was amazing. You go, baby, you go. Yeah, but it's not a matter of standing out. People search shit. You know what I'm saying? And I find that when I throw all those tickers up there, I get a lot of hits. Because they're looking for a topic of interest. And when I'm hitting on what's trending, I get a lot of hits, a lot of focus. And usually when I have professional thumbnails with those sort of titles, I get a lot of subscribers. Or relative to what we do. But when I throw the boobs out there, I'll get like 200 hits. And it's all coming from the, searches. And I'll pick up maybe 2 subscribers. And then every once in a while, YouTube likes to purge the subscribers. So it's like running against the wind. But you know what? I mean, I have a general theory right now. I like talking through the trades, So instead of sitting here talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. Anybody who cares to join me will reap whatever benefit it is hearing me trade. And that's cool. I mean, that's the value in the channel for me because, I could scream till I'm blue in the face, support the channel, but that rarely comes. And, the dudes who are supposed to be promoting my channel are on and off with that shit. So I'll put a little thought into it and think about the titles and what I'm doing. But really, at this point, my focus is David trading. And whatever you guys learn from it, that's fine. Anybody wants to join me on the channel, that's fine. But again, I told you I built a crazy... So my brokerage firm, my men was sought after. And I trained my guys. I didn't hire other brokers or other investors and shit like that. I farmed everybody. And because of my experience, I found that if you're making money, you don't move. There's no reason to leave a firm where you're making money. So the only people who are moving are the ones that are a problem. And usually they move and they're telling me about the problem with the firm. And, all you need is a telephone and a Quotron, and that's it. If you have a problem with the firm, the problem is yours. So I farmed all my guys. And the way I did it was There was no pomp and circumstance. It was, very plain. The office, very plain, very rugged, and it chased away a lot of the prima donnas. And I built a great management team and a good sales team, senior sales team, because eventually we rolled and created the pomp and circumstance, and we had the prestigious office, and it was really nice, and the worst recruits at that point, just fucking prima donnas all the time, just so much so that it just took the life out of it. I didn't enjoy the people I was dealing with. Like my right hand team, my initial guys, probably the first 30 guys in the firm, I adored, and I got along great, and I could be myself and everything. Everybody else, fuck out of here. Would have put them on a cruise ship and torpedoed it. And I mean, it was never a problem. I was able to manage the situation. I just didn't like them. But I had HR people who dealt with them, so I didn't have to deal with them. And so anyway, that's kind of my view on the channel at this point. No pomp, no circumstance. Anybody wants to make money, if you could see the value in this is cool. If I got to argue with you about the value in it, go to another channel. Change the channel. I mean, if you guys need direction, you need help, I'd love, happy to do that. But, if a guy can't recognize what you can get by hanging out with me, then don't hang out with me. I disagree. A simple learn, day trading, or something might work better. Those are how-tos. Do well whenever I put out a how to trade. I wanted to do the non-farm again this Friday, but I forgot. I'm all signed up for Elders on Friday. I actually even closed off the day saying, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll start early. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck am I thinking about? When I got out of my trader head and got back into the world. Those do well. But you know what, dude? I just don't have the time for that. I don't have the time to create and edit and do all of that shit. The streaming's easy. I mean, I sit here, I talk, and I go. I mean, the morning, there's no pomp and circumstance to my morning market meetings. I'm doing the work anyway, so I just kind of record me doing the work. Sometimes I do it beforehand. Sometimes I do a lot of shit beforehand and then just rip through the markets on the video. But, to be a YouTuber, you got to be dedicated to it, and I mean, doesn't pay enough. I mean, it would be silly for me to do it. I probably would make more money not YouTubing, and just do it. Although I like to talk out the trades, but I miss trades. I mean, at least what I've grafted. And kind of dadded for the past year. I mean, what I left on the table by missing trades, I mean, most people don't make in a year, But I think I got it more organized now. I think, I don't mind the quiet moments where I could just sit and focus on what I'm doing, and that's got to be more important. Yeah, making 100K a year, huh? Yep. You know what? It's not motivating for me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Look, if you're a decent trader, if you're pulling down 24,000 a month, you're really taking it easy. You know. And yeah, I mean, you don't need to tie up a lot of money to pull down 24,000 a month. I mean, yeah, if you were being conservative and trading appropriately, you could see 24% on your account, no problem a month. So you're only talking about $100,000 account. You know what I mean? So what these guys are making a year, not, I wouldn't say a new trader, but a decent trader will make in 4 months. The benefit of this channel making 100,000 is I could just dedicate it to the channel and keep growing it, and do that, and it'll probably employ a couple of people, which is always a good thing. Good bit of karma. Yeah, 20K. Okay, but I said 24,000 a month. I don't understand what your point is. That 24K a week is just over $1 million a year. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you're thinking small, man. If 100,000 is motivating for you. And the work and energy I'd have to put in to make 100,000 a year on the channel, forget about it. It's ridiculous. So today, oh, look at that, I'm out. I forgot all about it. Fuck. All right, that's not bad. So today, if you did 3 contracts with me, you did about $2,500, right? If I'm 10 times bigger than you are, I did $25,000. And it's 11 o'clock. Well, think of it this way, too. If the channel stays small, then I could talk to you guys directly. And you guys have been around for so long that I don't even mind. I actually enjoy helping you guys directly. So that dedication is just rewarding to me. And I don't mind participating in what you guys need. And the bigger the channel gets, the more dickheads we're going to get. Boat membership. Renew your U.S. boat membership. My boat's on the hard, man. Can't have any more sink protection than that. My boat's on the hard. Ugh, my heart is breaking. Oh, we're losing people. We're losing them. I'm getting around that 11:30 hour, so trading really kind of slows down. Looks like the 30-minute flag is a 30-minute flag is building. I bet we get an aggressive move after lunch, and I'm kind of thinking, what are we down? We're really not down a lot, man. We're down maybe 0.75%. I'm thinking that we get a retrace in the afternoon again. Yeah, well, I think Spidey Cool's floating around here. Yeah. I don't know if you pay attention. You communicate. I mean, to me, pay attention is watching the market, talking the market. I mean, you definitely interact with me the whole time. But you're like, you're like the kid with the substitute teacher, where you get them on a topic and they start talking, and then you don't have to do any work because they just start talking. I used to do that to teachers all the time. Figure out what it is they like to talk about, which is usually themselves, and get them to start gabbing, and they gab right through the whole class, and then they're like, well, all right, the class is over. We'll get to this tomorrow. And I'd be like, not if I have something to say about it. And I mean, there aren't a lot of people who could sit and listen. Well, I guess there are lots because some of the yo-yos have. Cool. I like that you listen to me. Well, how do you talk? I mean, I can't type and focus on the market. I mean, talking I can, and I could stop mid-sentence. Stop mid-sentence when something catches my attention. Unless you're using a dictaphone into the chat, that would be cool. See, we're getting that bounce up now. I don't think I really want to call that a hammer on the 30-minute. I don't like the way it's laying out. 15-minute looks like it's rolling around, though. You don't need to look at the Lee board, huh? That's pretty funny. Look at the irony. Yo, that was a cup and handle on the 1 minute. See, and we missed it because we're sitting there gabbing. I'm reading the chart. I should have been calling that shit out. That's it. They're fucking talking about Elon Musk again. I mean, I like the guy. I just hate that they talk about him all the time. Look at that. We're going up to test that trend line that we took and took that nice trade. Really a quiet day, though, you know? Not a whole lot of moving. Oh, that's not true. That's a 100-point fucking spread. Oh, that's yesterday's bar. Very good, Dave. That's 50-point spread today. I bet we closed down around 25. Got two feds talking today. I mean, they might be having some sort of effect. I do not know. So some trees are growing at the bottom of the property, and they're starting to block my view to the river. And I'm thinking of cutting them down. But I hate the idea of cutting down healthy trees just for the view. So what do you think? Do I go for the view? Because, I mean, it's like $1 million view. I was thinking maybe I could top the trees, but I heard that kills the trees anyway. Multicast. Are you trying to say multitask? Oh yeah, I would definitely cut them up and use them. That goes without saying. But nonetheless, I am still killing trees, and every life has value to me. I mean, there's plenty of wood around. I don't need to cut trees for wood. I mean, yeah, you know, every winter something falls over. And I got plenty of acres, so I could just cruise around and find shit. I mean, I was cutting shit up a few weeks ago that just went over. It's all seasoned, ready, and there's a ton more just down my driveway. So, and are you trying to say you multitask? First of all, there's no such thing as multitasking. You multi-distract. It takes 15 minutes before you could focus 100% of your attention on any one task when switching from task to another. So the best you could do is get 80% of your attention if you multitask. And I doubt even that much. I'd say 60% of your attention. So, I mean, if you, I'll try to dig up the studies. But if you look at it, yeah, that's a misnomer, a fallacy, when people say they can multitask. You're multi-distracted. The only way to get something done, do it properly, is 100% of your attention in one direction. Was it in From Good to Great that I read the research? I know you disagree, man, but I'm telling you as a matter of science that nobody could achieve that. I don't know if it was 60 or 80%. I think it was 60% productivity when you multi-distract. There's no such thing as multi-task. It's bullshit of the masses. And yeah, you know, I'm not going, I mean, my opinion was always that it was ineffective. And my experience showed that when you focus on one item at a time, you can do it, you know, to the best of your ability. But the science, so I looked into it. Yeah, you know, just because I managed lots of people and I tried to get the most out of my people and things like that, and understand what their workflow should look like. And the science dictates that there's no such thing as multitasking. It's multi-distraction. So your argument is kind of like the kids at school who used to say, I study better when I smoke pot. Now, I loved smoking pot, but I knew that shit made me dumber. Dumber. Look at this. Grind, man. Look, we're back up testing that trend line that we took on the break. I mean, we still made good money on that trade, but pop. I didn't get my 601. Well, no. I mean, obviously, the harder the task becomes, the more mental power. But what I'm saying is, when you divide your attention amongst tasks, you cannot give it 100% of your focus, you know, or your attention. And even when they judge the productivity, your productivity drops down to 60%. You know, it doesn't matter the difficulty of the task. Your productivity drops down to 60%. And, you know, I'm not saying it's an opinion. I'm saying that it's a matter of science. You know, I mean, the homework has been done. You know, the research has been done. We could hook you up to electrodes and show you that that's the case. You know, or we could, you know, quantify your work, you know, some consistent work, and show you that that's the case. Or you could just, you know, do what no young person does and, you know, rely on the experience of others. And I'm not saying my experience. I'm saying that, you know, the science is in. And there's a lot of work done on efficiency and making people efficient. So you don't have to take a stab at the concepts. I mean, there's a lot of work done on it. There's a lot of books written on it, and if you get into managing people, there's plenty of resource for you to optimize your management or manipulation of your staff. Multitask. It's just cliche. It's just bullshit that the masses put out. Kind of like their resumes. Actually, I think we could hook them to your central cortex and simulate orgasms. I'm going to do that until you drop dead. Yeah, everything's just building indecisive patterns. I'm looking at the Russell. It just seems like the market's indecisive right now. I don't think that there's any intelligent trading going on. I think that it's just algorithm on momentum right now. So what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for the minutes? It would seem ridiculous because there's nothing new in there. They're going to reanalyze it and then trade on the old information. Oh, the Fed said this. Oh, yeah, we know. We talked about it. What the fuck? What the fuck? I want to know what's going to take the volatility out of the market. So I believe that it should trade down based on valuation. But perhaps it'll continue the volatility because of the algorithms, because of computer trading. I'm feeling like it should be just doing a slow grind down instead of these whippy moves back and forth. Although people will be taking advantage of the grind down, which are shorters, and shorters scare easy. So on a bounce, I guess, they would be aggressive to close their shorts. And that would account for that aggressive move to the upside. So we may not see a more sedate market until we knock out that 3,300. What to do, what to do, what to do. I'd like to see a hammer tomorrow. If I see a hammer tomorrow, I'm going to be convinced that that's a trend reversal pattern on the daily. And I'll probably take a break of tomorrow's hammer on Wednesday. Although we get the minutes at the end of Wednesday. And that'll fuck up the whole pattern. Aye. Or do we get a run on stops at that 600? That's actually what we need, right? That will give us our hammer. So now I'm just sitting here staring at the charts and just talking out loud. I guess that's the only way you could talk. Otherwise, you'd be thinking. So I guess I'm thinking out loud. Got a double top on the Apple. Microsoft's got a double top. Looks like it's about to break the double top. Composite's the weakest, and it's only down 1% right now, which is not bad. But that was an aggressive sell-off, I guess, on Friday, right? So this could be a little breather. You're waiting for a recession? Well, you might have had the recession. It depends on who defines what, you know, or how they defined it. I think they recently changed the definition of a recession. But a couple of quarters of contraction. And we're going into earnings, too. So people could be holding out for that. Feels like it's April. Is there anybody out there? All right. What are we watching? What are we watching for the afternoon? Got 47 minutes on that bar. You could just watch for a break of the low. Keep an eye on the 60-minute. If we just consolidate around here for the next 47 minutes, we'll create a nice bear flag on the SPX, and that could be a good entry. If that doesn't transpire, then you could just watch for a break of that low. So that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wrap this shit up and go about my afternoon. So should have been about a $2,500 day for you if you did 3 contracts. Would have been a $250 day for you if you did some MESs. Or again, $2,500 if you did some EZs. So today we made a few bucks. Good way to start the week on a Monday. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like.